welcome to the Transverse Line, where we make contact with people on and off the court through Victoria's premier netball competition. My name's Angela Banbury. Thanks so much for joining us. We're here at the State Netball Centre. It's a quieter night. There's not as many teams here, and it's also a colder night, so plenty of hats, beanies, jackets, and of course the scarves are out. So we'll grab a coach, player, bench official, umpire, maybe even a comps coordinator to have a chat to and hear about their netball journey through the VNL. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the Transverse Line. Welcome back to the Transverse Line. We're in the comps office at VNL. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you on the Transverse Line. Tell us a little bit about your role in VNL.
I'm the VNL coordinator here at Netball Victoria, so I do all things VNL competitions, so setting up the fixtures and all the signings at the start of the year, and then throughout the year just the game days every Wednesday, and then we've got home games scattered throughout, so yeah, it keeps me busy. Bit
going on. So here tonight, how many games have we got going on? Because there's a few teams away.
Yes, we've got 2 games on the weekend. So currently we've got 4 matchups. So that's 8 games tonight. And then we've got a game on Friday night and a game on Sunday in Bendigo.
Nice one. Do you have to go to those?
No, we've actually got a busy weekend coming up with the SOS Champs and Vixens. So Bendigo are hosting that one themselves.
Okay, so plenty of netball on the weekend that you can sink your teeth into, whether it's at community level, SOS Champs here at the State Netball Centre, all on Sunday.
Yep.
So finals day.
Yep.
So obviously all the divisions or the regions have played their competitions. So finals here, awesome. Bendigo, you said on
Sunday. And then we've got Bayside on Friday night, so Saints are going to host Hawks there, so it'll be good matchups at Bayside as well.
Nice one. So plenty going on. Tell us how you got involved. What was your pathway to being the VNL coordinator?
So originally I did a degree at Deakin in sports management and sports science. So as part of my...
You're smart. I didn't know about this.
And then as part of my sports management side of the degree, I had to do a 80-hour placement. So luckily enough, I did my placement at Netball Victoria, actually under Estelle, who was the VNL coordinator at that time. So
shout out to Estelle, who's now at the Saints.
Yes.
Good work, Estelle.
So from there, I then went into another casual role doing some clinics and some things during the day. And then when Estelle moved to a different role, I then became the VNL coordinator. So I started as an intern and now I've got the role myself.
Look at that. That's a pathway and a half. So not only can you be a pathway player, coach, umpire, also do an internship here at Netball Vic.
For sure.
And then get the job. So you'd be pretty efficient with the likes of Netball Connect. Plenty of work that you have to do with that. What's that like?
Yeah, each week we have to make sure that all the players are in the teams, and then after the game we have to make sure the stats are correct. So we take goaling stats and check percentages as well. So the score bench put in a miss and a goal. So we check that everything's right with that and make sure no wing attacks have got a goal, which we've seen before when the score bench hits the wrong button.
Yeah.
But yeah,
who was that lucky wing attack?
Oh, we had Alex Moody and then Holly Garak, I think, both from Saints, so the Saints bench officials probably, but...
Whoops.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, we just have to make sure we check the scores, make sure everyone's registered at the start of the year, and yeah.
And of course, all the games are filmed, but we see that 2 games each week go onto the socials or through community TV.
Yep.
But what happens with all those other games that are filmed?
The other games are filmed by Sportscast, so they're all filmed and then they're coded, and then on Thursday morning they're uploaded to the Sportscast Cloud website, which you can find through the Netball Vic website. So all the games you can rewatch, which a lot of the regional people, a lot of their families can't make it down to the State Netball Centre, so we always see that if the game's not up at 9 a.m. on a Thursday morning, we get the emails to say, where's my daughter's game, so they can watch it the next day.
Yeah, I like that. And obviously the coaching fraternity would use that in terms of previewing who they're going to play next week?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely it's come a long way since I even first started in VNL, how professional and then the analysis that coaches do week to week. So, yeah, it's really great. It is actually just the step down from the Vixens, so they do use the footage a lot for analysis and coaching and gameplay and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, nice one. All right, so you obviously work here 9 to 5, so to speak, Monday to Friday. Tell us a little bit about a Wednesday night. You rock down here to offices upstairs here at the State Netball Centre. What time do you come down to the comps office?
I usually try to come down about 5 o'clock. So before that, I'll be upstairs printing all the score sheets, the vote cards, the umpire match reports. Then I come down here with Jenny, my lucky helper over there.
Trusty assistant in the back.
then we set up the court, so we have to put out the spare balls, the blood spill kits, and all the signage. So we have new signage this year that has a player from every single team, which has been really good to see.
We've interviewed a few of them.
Yes, for sure.
Chelsea, Amanasani.
Shout out. And then we just, team lists are due half an hour before the game. So once the team list comes in, we have to check them off on the iPads to make sure all the players are in the team and that they are the correct players in the team and all their numbers are correct. And then after that, we send out the score sheets and the paperwork to the bench officials, and then the bench takes over from there. And then at the end of the night, we have to make sure that all the votes have been filled out and then all the match reports have been collected, and then, it's the end of the night.
End of the night? What time is end of the night?
Usually we get out of here about 10:15. So it's a lot better than what it was when I first started, when we had 9:40 games.
Yeah. So what time did you used to get out?
I think it was closer to like 11:30, 11:15.
Yeah. Well, good change, whoever did that to the competition. Well done to them. All right. So what's next for you in terms of is there a progression for you? Like, is there something that you want to go into?
At the moment, I'm just happy in VNL. We've definitely, since we changed to the new licensing period and changed from the 3 divisions to the 2 divisions, it's definitely we're trying to commercialise and expand the competition. So that's really exciting and fun. We've got a new website coming soon, so that's always going to be good. We can showcase more players, more stories. So trying to broaden the span of VNL.
Speaking of stories, who have we got in the back? Is Casey about? Here she is. Come on over.
Come on over,
in.
Casey. We'll tag team.
Tag team in. So just talking about the content there. Casey's going to jump in.
Yeah, cool.
So, Casey, tell us a little bit about what your role is with VNL.
Yeah, so for Netball Victoria, I am a casual media and communications assistant. So I work specifically in the VNL. Love it.
Yes.
Yay. So I write the round previews, reviews. I write features here and there, which are my favourite part because I just really like the connection with the players and that they're people outside of the netball court, which I really like. And there's some phenomenal stories out there that just really aren't told, and I really want to get that narrative out there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a bit of a netball nut, aren't you?
Yeah.
What started this? What gave you the love of netball?
Oh, my grandma played it and my auntie played it growing up. She played state a few times, and just like any young girl plays netball about 5-6 years old, and it's really taken off from there. You might see a photo of me with a centre bib on when I was little. You won't see that now. I'm a shooter. Yeah. I'm very proud of that. But yeah, I write, I watch it. I am concerned for myself, but right now it's okay. I'm not sick of it yet.
All right, so you're here on a Wednesday night. You're obviously filming some content that goes up on the socials as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what time do you get out of here as well? Same sort of times?
Yeah, same as Rachel. Mine does definitely vary. It depends on what games I want to cover for the wrap. So I go to either the bench officials or the coaches just to, get a summary of the game, key players, matchups, battles that really stood out to kind of illustrate the game, because I unfortunately can't watch every moment of every game. Yeah. So I try and get their influence. And last week, my goodness, some great games to write about, and just the coach's enthusiasm about those just really gets me excited to write about those.
I can tell already. I'm very enthusiastic. All right, so obviously you write the stories. Do you do it on a Wednesday night? Do you wait until Thursday morning?
So I do the social media coverage on Wednesday nights. Yep. I start with a welcome to round blank, just to make sure it's not all of a sudden in your face with here's these games. So I'm a slow introduction, and then I highlight a good moment from each team. So for example, if Burundara do a really good goal or an intercept in the first game, and try and make sure Lightning in this round get the same for the second game. So do all those on the Wednesday night social media coverage.
That's a goalpost just being wheeled across, if you can hear that loud
I'll say it again.
noise.
So, I do all that social media coverage on a Wednesday night, and then Thursdays, jam-packed writing. So from 8 a.m. till 12 p.m, I write the round wrap. I kind of do the little doodads on a Wednesday night to be who won these games, with the hot shot leaders, just to get them out of the way. And then after that, I write the round preview for next round as well, so I can just kind of get everything going.
Get it all done.
Yep. Yeah, and then features kind of vary. I can write it really anytime. I can transcribe really quickly, so really highlight what I want to really take away from that interview, and then I can just really do bing bang bosh and just write it up really quickly. It takes me like hour and a half. So on a Sunday, Saturday, don't really do much on those weekends.
And is there a part, are you studying or what's your?
I've actually finished
Okay,
yeah. So I graduated from La Trobe University last year with a Bachelor of Media and Communications with majors in sports media and media industries, which I will say,
surprise.
I was the only one in my graduating class to have those two majors.
Awesome.
So good job to me. So that really gave me the skills of the writing, but also video production. So I can use
I'm going to be out of a job soon.
So I can use the big heavy cameras, set up on the tripod, and really work out with the audio levels and visuals with the rule of thirds on how to really get that good visual quality and also
I could have done with your help last week when I decided to let the camera slip away. All right, well, there you have it, everyone. You've heard a little bit about what goes on in the comps office on a Wednesday night and all the stuff that happens pre and post to give you a really good understanding. And of course, we spoke to Jenny Dole a few weeks ago of what goes on for the VNL. So a big thanks to Rach and Casey. Thanks for joining the Transverse Line.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Transverse Line. I'm joined by Stacey Gannon. Welcome, Stacey.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, coach of the 23s for Burundara.
I am, yes.
Yes. Is there any other roles that you're doing at the moment?
Oh, too many.
Yeah.
I am actually. I'm currently coaching the 12s state team,
Right.
and the 12s girls state team. We've just finished the trials this week, so exciting.
So that's primary school kids?
Primary school, yeah.
Okay.
And some year 7s, that's 12 and under.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yes, that younger group. I currently coach Diamond Creek.
Yes.
All ages. I've got in domestic competition. I have under 13s, 15s, and 17s.
Oh my God.
And then I coach on a Tuesday night in here for Diamond Creek in their rep program, which is open age.
All right. And when do you eat?
Good question. I have to be very prepared on the weekends.
Yeah.
Sundays is my day off, where I do my food prep and ready for the week. So.
Oh, well, wait. Yes. That's a solid week. Okay, so let's do a little bit differently. Let's start with the 12s. So, as you said, primary school or year 7s. What's their trials? What happens? Where do we lead it to?
Okay, so I've had trials all around Victoria. So I travelled around like Shepparton, Ballarat, Casey, like all around Victoria.
Yep.
And then we've had 2 trials in here at the State Netball Centre, where the selected girls have come in here, and we've just finished our second one.
Right.
We selected the team. Hasn't been announced yet,
Okay.
so
Wow.
information.
Yeah.
And then we have training sessions between now and the start of November,
Yep.
when we have our Nationals campaign.
Okay, and where are the Nationals being held?
That's held in Ballarat this year.
Okay,
So in
cool.
Victoria.
Right. Okay.
Freezing.
Yeah, I was going to say, will it be warm in Ballarat
Yes,
by
no,
November?
I was hoping Queensland. Unfortunately, 15's got that.
Okay.
So.
All right. Okay, so we'll keep an eye out. So is that through SSV? Is that
Yes,
yeah?
that's
Okay.
SSV, yeah.
Cool. And then you said Diamond Creek, 13s through. Is it
13s,
13s?
15s, 17s, yes.
Oh my goodness.
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's my Saturday, pretty much banked out with netball.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Just at the Nillumbik Force Association there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do that training on a Monday straight after work, and then.
You're a teacher?
I am a teacher, yes.
Teacher by
primary school
trade?
teacher.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, 5/6s this year. Great age.
Yep.
And I'm loving it. So good class, which
Nice
is
one,
nice.
good.
Yes. And then do that, and then
So any
And
rep,
on
any
Saturday.
no rep programs, just the straight club program for.
well, I coach the rep, but I do.
Of course you do.
I do older, so I do
Okay.
our open age teams.
Right.
But that consists of our 17s. So a lot of the girls in my team are under 17s.
Okay.
But they play in the open age comp here.
All right.
On a Tuesday night.
Okay. So that's what brings you here on a Tuesday night.
Yes.
Okay, and then the car just puts itself into automatic pilot
Mode,
mode and brings
yes.
itself here on a Wednesday night.
Correct. To VNL.
Yes, brilliant. And then Burundara train on a.
Monday night.
Okay, good.
So Mondays is very busy.
Yep.
Work, then straight to domestic training, and then straight to Brunei training.
I'm tired.
Yes. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is pretty full on.
Yep.
Thursdays I have nothing on, which is good. So I get to go home and correct homework books.
Yay. Yep.
And then Friday I play in the Northern Football Netball League.
Okay.
On a Friday.
Friday nights, yes. Yep.
That's out at La Trobe.
Yep.
So I do that on a Friday night.
Still running around as a goal attack?
I am, yes.
Good,
yes.
good.
Always handy to have a tall goal shooter though.
Okay.
Now, I'm a bit
That's-
older.
that's handy,
but,
yes.
Less is best sometimes.
Good. Yep.
Yes.
Play smarter, not harder.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. All right. So that's your coaching piece. Tell us a little bit about your journey in terms of a player.
Yes. So I've grown up playing at Diamond Creek. Just all the local stuff, and then obviously I made some sort of rep programs, and then I played with like our regional teams, state titles. I also then went VNL. Well, I was playing state league first, and then it went into VNL. So I came out of 17s and went into that, and then played VNL for a lot of years, possibly 10, maybe more.
Yeah, this was with Blaze. Yep.
So so I played at Diamond Creek, and that sort of went into when VNL started into Blaze.
And successfully.
Yes, very successfully.
Premierships there. And
Yes, we
fantastic.
did. Championship.
Yep.
And then I think I was about 29, and I got selected in the Victorian Fury team.
Yes.
So I played in.
Is that considered a late development? Like what?
I think so. Yeah. So I hadn't made any state teams.
Wow.
Prior to that, I was always told I was too short to be a goaler.
Rude.
So they, a lot of the times I would make things and they'll try and push me out to wing attack, and then they're like, "No, you're going back into goal attack."
Yep.
So I'm always a true believer that you can never be, height's never going to be something that will stop you.
Yeah,
just
good.
keep going.
Yeah.
And then so then I played for Vic Fury for 2 years. We won 2 nationals, undefeated both years.
Kathy Fellows?
No, I
before?
had Christy.
Okay.
And I had
Clippage Barrel, good one.
Stacey and Richo.
Okay. Oh, handy.
Yeah, very
handy.
very handy.
Okay,
Yes. So I think Kathy was doing Flames.
Okay,
That's when that
yes.
started.
Yep.
They had that a couple of years.
Yep.
I think the second year she did that when I was in Fury.
Yep.
And then I just went, I thought, I'm going to leave there, that's it, I'm happy with that. I was much older than the rest of the girls.
Yep.
And it was pretty tricky. I was working full-time as a teacher, travelling. There was lots of weekends that we went. It went over quite a long time,
Yep.
a period. So it was like
similar to
7
what
days
it
a week.
is now in terms of
Yes.
Yeah, so they moved away from the weekend sort of home and away kind of competition to a tournament,
And then
and then they've brought it back.
So I was doing the week by week.
Yes, yeah.
So and I was training in the city, so I'd leave work, literally walk out the door with the kids at 3:30.
Yep.
And then not get home until about 11:30, and that was 2 nights a week.
Yep.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then we'd travel all weekend. So
Wow.
we'd fly out Saturday morning, fly back Sunday night, go back to work Monday. So it was sort of like 7 days a week, full
Yeah.
time. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I would never change it.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of the other girls that I played with that were working full time were like physios, and they just changed their appointments Monday morning, so they didn't have any until 12 o'clock.
Smart.
Or, very smart.
You couldn't get
Unfortunately, I
the
couldn't do that.
kids to
No.
change their routine?
I
No.
couldn't actually.
Okay. What a fantastic career. And then obviously finished at Aerials, is that right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yep,
So I
yep.
went over there. I think I played just after COVID. I think.
Yep.
I went over there. I was training with them then. So I did. I played 2 or 3 years there.
Yep.
Something different.
Yeah.
And then.
Which sometimes like that you can learn a lot about yourself and
Yeah,
about
definitely. I'd
the
never
game
been,
itself. Yeah,
I'd never been to
somewhere.
another
Yep.
club.
Yep.
I'd always been at the same club all the way through.
Yep.
Diamond Creek changed into Blaze.
Yep.
And I just felt like, it was time to try something different
Yep.
or just stop playing. And I was
Yep.
like, I wasn't quite ready to stop. And I got that opportunity. I didn't trial anywhere else.
Okay.
They came and asked me. I thought, why not do it now?
Give it a go.
Give it a crack, yeah.
Nice one.
And I loved it. It was fun.
Speaking of COVID, was it during COVID when there was a bit of an earth tremor?
There was, yes.
That was hilarious. So if you don't, I don't even know if we can find it.
Well,
I don't know
it
if
will be
anyone.
somewhere on
It'll
YouTube, I
be
think.
somewhere on YouTube.
Somewhere, yes. I was doing something for Netball Victoria.
Yeah. So you were doing like an online clinic, so to speak.
I was, yes.
That people were tuning in. I don't know.
I
if
was
it
in my
through-
garage.
Yeah, well, you're in the garage, like a live Facebook kind of thing.
It was. It was live through Netball Vic on Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
And we're doing footwork patterns and fitness and
I reckon
all
you were
sorts
on
of
the
things.
ground or something
I
at the
was.
time.
I think
You
I was doing
were
sit-ups.
sit-ups, yeah.
I have a feeling I was doing sit-ups.
And then the earth shook for a good 10
I
seconds.
thought the roof of my garage was going to land on me.
It was bizarre. Like, I'm sure people would remember it, like it happening. I mean, some buildings fell down in Melbourne somewhere, like South
definitely,
Yarra
yes.
somewhere or something. But Stacey on live Facebook for Netball Vic was outstanding. And you didn't swear.
I didn't know.
But you said, what did you say?
can't even remember
You said
now.
something like holy moly or something that was
Something that I said
goodness gracious.
I said, goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious. It was brilliant. Some of the best footage. I hope someone can get out there and find it because that was absolutely hilarious. But credit to you, you kept going.
I didn't know what was going on. And
don't think
then
anyone knew
Everyone
it
else
was-
ran outside
Yeah.
and I was like, Anyway,
The
yes.
birds were flying everywhere. The dogs were
crazy.
barking, and
Yeah, that
Stacey was stopped.
Still doing my sit-ups.
Still doing your sit-up. Absolutely brilliant. All right, so you find yourself now at Burundara. How has that eventuated? What drew you to Burundara?
So after I played my 200th VNL game,
Amazing.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just was up in the canteen and someone came and spoke to me about what I was doing the following season.
Yeah.
And I hadn't really thought about it much. And then I thought, you don't get this opportunity often. The club doesn't come and ask you normally.
Yeah.
I know lots of other coaches that were applying for jobs, and so I didn't really have to think too much about it.
Yeah.
So I decided to call Wendy and have a chat with her, and then I've been there ever since, and I'm absolutely loving it.
Fantastic. So the 23s, they're not going great guns at the moment. It's a bit of a development phase.
Yes.
What's the makeup of the team? What have you got? Sort of younger group? What have you got?
Yeah, a bit of a combination, but
Yep.
definitely got a lot of the younger girls coming through,
Yep.
hoping to build future.
Yep.
Knowing our championship team are all similar age,
Yep.
so eventually
And doing quite well,
they
obviously, at the
are.
moment. Yes.
Eventually, we're hoping that we build a good connection here with this group, and they can develop to then step into those shoes.
Yep.
Obviously, throughout the season, things happen, injuries happen.
Yep.
They've just had reserves, so a lot of our players have been playing in that.
Yes.
Have come little niggles and that sort of thing.
Yep.
So it is interfering with our team, which happens.
Yep.
And that's the role that we play in 23s.
Yep.
And it's great for these athletes in 23s that are getting the opportunity to play in champ,
100%.
which is amazing.
So I think there's 3 games to go.
There is.
That's
yes.
as scary as it is, but 3 games to
Gone so
go.
quick.
What's the plan for these last 3 games? The sort of finals are out of the equation, I think.
I think so
Just now, yeah.
Well, we've got the 3 games. We've got the bottom 3 teams.
Okay.
So we're hoping to
mathematically
finish off.
possible.
We're hoping to finish off
Yep.
strong.
Okay.
I don't know if I think it's top 6 this year, so
Yep.
we were hoping to get in there, but
Yep.
the last couple of weeks have sort of blown out the
Yep.
games. So just finish off on a high,
Finish strong.
positive,
Yep.
and yeah.
Yeah, nice one.
Yes.
It is. I don't even know what time it is,
Quite
but
late.
yeah, it's time to go. So thank you for joining us.
No
A
problem.
little gift from
Oh,
Energetic. There's a couple of netballs in there because as a coach, you always need more netballs, don't
thank
you?
you.
But
Oh,
thank you for joining us
amazing.
on the Transverse Line. Really appreciate it, and so good to talk to you and the amazing netball experience that you have.
Thank you so much for having me. Enjoyed
Thank
it.
you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks to DHM Talent Management, we'll whip through the scores of round 15 of the VNL, and we're going to start in the Championship Division, where Burundara Express were too good for Melbourne University Lightning, 64-48. Western Warriors got the win over the Gippsland Stars, 58-52. City West Falcons continue their winning ways, 73 to the Casey Demons, 64. And Peninsula Waves got the 4 points by 4 goals over the Geelong Cougars, 55-51. 2 games are yet to be played. The Wilson Storage Southern Saints take on Hawks Netball on Friday, and the Bendigo Strikers host North East Blaze on Sunday. In the 23 and under division, Melbourne University Lightning way too good for Burundara Express, 70-45. The Western Warriors, they got the win over the Gippsland Stars, 63-38. City West Falcons, big winners over Casey Demons, 71-47. And to round it out, Geelong Cougars getting the win over Peninsula Waves, 60-48. Again, the 2 matches still yet to be played. Wilson Storage Southern Saints hosting Hawks Netball on Friday, and the Bendigo Strikers up at home on Sunday, the 29th, against North East Blaze. Again, those scores are brought to you by DHM Talent Management. That concludes another episode of the Transverse Line. Thanks so much for joining us. A big thank you to our partners, both DHM Talent Management and Energetic, for all of your support. And a massive thank you to our guests, both Rachel and Casey, who help run the VNL and give you all the great content that you see each and every week. And of course, to Stacey Gannon, who's been in the VNL for a very long time. But amazing stories from all of them and the pathways that they have been on. Can you believe there's just 3 rounds to go in the home and away fixture of the VNL? So until next week, when you come back to the Transverse Line, I hope you have a little bit of fun through netball.